Hi, I thought I'd do a quick video on how I flow a textured tile around the surface of a ring. Bit new to videoing and stuff, so bear with me. So basically the tile that I've used is from Google Images, and that's it. Now it should work okay for all intents and purposes today, but it will work better if it's a grayscale tile. But that's just one I found. I thought it looks like a funky car tread or a bike tread, so I'm going to try and make a bike tread tire ring like you do. So we'll start off by doing a centre circle, so F4, let's say 22. Oops, that's not a good start, is it? 4, 22, and then press shift, and that puts us in a man size ring. The computer's a bit odd because the recording stuff that I'm using, I don't think that's clever, but it was free, so we'll forgive it. Now I've cheated a little bit because I've already drawn the curves for the cross section, which should basically it's simple enough to do. This area is about 0.5. Now I've done that so the height of the field should be 0.5 and it should fit in and look a bit like a texture, but the edges of the height field are open, so also we'll be able to scale it and push it into this, so yeah, it will all be sealed. Now I don't know about a printing machine, but I know on my mill it just mills what it sees, so it's not a problem. So that's how I've been doing it. Now I need to move this over so it's on the end of the finger size. So if I pick mid on the snaps, so transform and move, we want to go from the midpoint. Oh, it's got the end, but really it should be the quad. To the quad there. So that's nice and tight on that curve there now. So now we want to flow that around there. So we want sweep one rail, click on the rail, click on the cross section, enter. Yeah. Oops, we'll look at that, and basically that's my homage to a bike tyre. And that's low profile there, sporty one. Also it's got a little bit of a comfort court fit inside, not that it matters. Okay, so what we need to do now is this surface here, we need to flow the pattern around. Now it should work just to create a UV curve from this on this particular model, but when things get a bit more complicated you'll have to make a parallel surface, a clean surface, a virgin surface if you will, otherwise you can have problems with things not working out as you think they should. So if I create UV curve, we want to create them on that surface there. We're getting there yet. Get that one there, and that one there. Press enter. Now at this point I'm going to put this on a different layer, just to make it a bit easier for what we're doing. Now on the create UV you can see this shape here now, that's come from that command. And those, I'm going to change my object layers, there we go. Those curves directly correspond to the shape of that curve, or that surface should I say there. So what we need to do now is copy over the curves as well, so we'll get sure of them. What we need to do now is that surface that curve make into a surface. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can use a planar curve, but sometimes that can get a bit odd, so what we'll do is explode that surface 2 rail sweep. Oops, hang on, cancel it. Surface 2 rail sweep 2 rails, that's your 1 rail, your cross sections, enter. Okay, so you've got a nice fresh surface there. So now what we need to do is bring our tile in, our bitmap picture as a height map. But before we do that, now there is probably a really cool way of doing this, but I don't know. So this is how I've been doing it. So we click there and click there, and then click there and click there. Right, just a couple of little guiders for me there. We're going to change that again just to make it easier. Oops. Nope. That's what we want to do. Green layer, the current layer. Now we want height field before your 8. So we pick our bitmap there. Click one click, and then this. Let me go into that, make it a bit better. 8.22. So if we put in 8.22, and that will ensure that that height field will fit that depth there. Like I say, there's probably an easier way to do it, but I don't know. Now we'll set the height to 0.5 of a millimetre. If you go too high on it, it just looks rubbish, so you got to keep it. Well, obviously experiment, see what you think, but that's what I tend to do around there. And also the number of sample points, you want to keep that as low as you can. The more you have, you get a better resolution, but it creates massive meshes and it just slows everything down, makes it very difficult to work with. So no, just play around with it basically, get a feel for it. So okay, so we've got our surface there. Now what we want to do is put that there, so orient with 2 points, that one, and that one, that one, and that one. Now again, there's got to be a better way of doing this, but what we'll do is we'll click on that, and then the number here, we'll divide that by 10. So that's 8.523. Just click that off there. So that basically is the spacing that we need. I know there is a command to do it, I just can't remember what it is. So what we need to do now is scale that 1D from there to there, bring that to there, and then what we can do then is array that, a rectangular array. Now I've scaled that one way. Now it won't matter with this because I'm only having one line, but I would imagine you have to be careful if you try to get stuff to match up, if you're having, you know, more tiles to produce the texture that you want to use. So just something to be aware of, I think. So we want 10, we want 1, we want 1. Spacing, I'll take quad off there, is from there to there. Accept. So there we've got all the texture tiled together, ready to be flowed onto this. So if we go into that one, right there, now you can see it's gone a bit funny. And the reason for that is the texture is only halfway on the plane that we made, so that represents the top of the plane. So if we move this up, we shift on, though it doesn't move, to just about there. See, if you move it up, it'll be bigger, so you'll get a gap where it wraps, whereas if you keep it just below, it's okay. Can you see what I've done there? Can you see what I did? So let's go into that, click on that, select all objects. Now we're cooking. Shift again, pick on that. Just below, there we go. That's better. Oh no, it's not. I'm going to give it up. I've had enough. Right, back to where we were. Right, let's do it properly this time. So, select all objects on that green. Let's go into here. Pick that and move that like that. There we go. Now we're cooking. Still got a little bit in the lows, but like I say, it'll be okay. You can play about with it to your heart's content, I suppose. So now what we want to do is flow this surface around there. So transform, flow along the surface, select objects to flow. So we want to flow them, press enter. We want that there, and we want underneath that there. It might take a little bit to do this, but if the more detail you have obviously in your mesh, the more computing it has to do, so it takes longer. So I don't know if that'll show out. I know the quality's not very good at this recording software, but if you can see like a pink line there, I'm wondering what it was. That's something I put on the template for. Stops me crashing a bit into the mill, basically tells where the boundaries are, so when I'm making stuff it's just a quick reference. Yep. Thinking about it, there we go. Right, so get a shot of that lot. Oops. I'll hide that. Analyze surface environment map, and we want that lot. Give it a minute. There we go. That's an ugly ring, that. But anyway, the main part about it is that the tiles are all seamless. It doesn't look much like a bite tie, that, does it? A little bit. Nah, it doesn't. Oh well, we tried, we failed. There you go. Anyway, I hope that's of use to somebody. Like I say, I'm sure there's loads of better ways of doing it, but that's why I did it today. Thanks a lot for watching. Okay, goodbye.